Hello and welcome to Fractured Space with Fleet Admiral Katz. I'm doing a giveaway with this video, so stay until the end for more details on that. And let's just jump right into this. Phase 4, it's here! Mary, aren't you like a week and some change late with this? Hold on. For starters, it's closer to 2 weeks. Almost. Better late than never, am I right? Am I right? Anyway, I had been tossing around whether or not I should do this video ever since I had decided to do one with the Xeric Furion. I originally opted not to make this video as I didn't find the last one exceptionally entertaining to watch. But I do have to give some credit, it did fill some sort of informational need. Which isn't all bad. So, let's try this from the top. These phases that Edgecase Games brings about often mean dramatic changes for the game. Usually for the better, though that will depend on who you ask. In Phase 3, we saw a drive to make matches shorter and to tighten the period of time between respawn and re-engagement with the opposing team. That meant smaller maps and an overall reduction to survivability and some quality of life changes. Phase 3 was huge! Can we expect the same thing with Phase 4? Well, yes and no. Phase 4 leans on quality of life changes as an obvious bid to make playing the game easier on new players, as will bring about several balance changes. Players launching Fractured Space for the first time since installing the Phase 4 update will immediately notice the launcher, featuring the Xeric newcomer, the Furion. There's a chance to earn yourself a Pioneer Mercury skin here, as well as make any necessary changes before launching your game. And the launcher also features the big changes for Phase 4. One of the changes brought about is a more hands-on and direct means of improving your crew. DNA is now Elite XP and functions similarly how DNA did. You no longer need to purchase a crewmate after unlocking them. Instead, now they will be available right out of the gate. Elite XP can now be used to improve your crew directly, as well as earning them experience in matches. There's also some background stuff there too for crew members you didn't have unlocked or had unlocked with your DNA previously. Essentially, you're going to receive a substantial refund for your DNA usage. Players logging in for the first time in Phase 4 will also be given a generous amount of Introduction Elite XP, 100,000 as it is. As if to say, sorry you had to deal with that DNA business, here's something to catch you up. And you can, of course, still earn experience through matches. The Elite XP is just a means of leveling them up directly. Missions and loot have also seen a substantial change. Previously, Fractured Space rewarded you for merely playing the game. Now you have weekly challenges to work through to receive your rewards. The rewards are also substantially improved, as even the devs recognize that cracking open pods didn't really have the oomph that opening the goodies should. Instead of bronze, silver, and gold tiered pods, we get one drop pod with percentage chances to open up different tiers of rewards. Some of the hottest rewards include random level 3 legendary crew members, including pirate crew, ultimate acid thunder skin, 500 platinum, 30-day credit boosters, just to name a few. And of course, classic pods will remain until opened. They'll just sit in your inventory collecting dust. Perhaps leave them there as a trophy from days far gone, and an enduring reminder of how far the game has come since its launch. Or maybe just as a drink coaster. Perhaps a foot cushion to kick your captain's feet up on. You can choose. You're a smart cookie. They're yours to do with what you want. Quality of life defines some of the changes for small craft. Previously, you decided where your fighter and bomber wings went, cycling through both capital ships and small craft squadrons to settle on a target. Now we have something a bit more streamlined. Fighters and bombers are automatically set to follow in formation and will either defend against incoming small craft or can be deployed against other players like usual. Fighters will automatically work through any small craft that's set to defend. I recommend aspiring Paragon pilots check out the detailed changes thoroughly on the dev blog, as a number of the priority stacking for fighters and bombers on offense and defense will only matter to those ships carrying multiple wings. Most of the rest of us will notice that you can't even target enemy small craft anymore. While stripping away a layer of complexity from the game does make the overflow of information a bit easier to manage. Now, a priority stack will act as the factor for deciding what your small craft does based on whether they remain in formation around your ship or if you sent them after other capital vessels like you always have in the past. Recall, default R button, will now return small craft to their defensive positions. Refreshments will be deployed based on squad cooldowns. Most drones are being given a 20% increase to their health now that the flawed human element has been removed, though defensive drones remain unchanged. I've already had some pretty good results with the small craft changes, most notably not wearing out my T button cycling through all the fighters, drones and bombers trying to target other capital ships. It's pretty good. Phase 4 also gives us a chance to look at balance tweaks. An overall observation I've had is a number of ships are seeing slight increases to their DPS. I'll go over the highlights of these ships, though I recommend you head on over to the Fractured Space blog and see for yourself whether your ship has seen any changes. The Aegis is perhaps seeing the biggest balance tweak in Phase 4. Its energy siphoning ability is being nerfed heavily, although the effects of that nerf will only be felt by the opposing ships, as the inflow of energy remains relatively unchanged from Phase 3. Energy damage will be nearly negligible, while energy acquired for the Aegis from the draining process is entirely unchanged. I guess if you want to assault the enemy's energy reserves, you'll want to play something like the Raven, it would seem. The Endeavor is a scrappy little ship, but gone are the days of its turrets being virtually stealth and unseen on the minimap. Now any enemy player that sees a turret will place it on the minimap for their allies to see. Also, the Void Cannon on board the Endeavor is seeing a slight nerf to its range. Leviathan pilots the world over, brace yourself! The fusion beam has seen a nerf to its damage. But wait, what is this? Is it hope? I think it is. All is not lost. Its main gun is getting a DPS buff. And I imagine if you were to graph out the overall DPS loss from the fusion cannon with the DPS gain, you'll see that the alpha punch from the Leviathan will drop, but the overall DPS will remain the same. I suspect what you're going to see, pilots, is any miss that you have from the fusion cannon, you're going to make up with your main gun. And misses aren't going to be end of the day for you. You can still do a decent amount of damage, and now a decent +1. Although I will leave the math on that one up to someone mathy. The snipers of Fractured Space saw significant changes between Phase 3 and now. Some people say that this class of ship is dead, and the Overseer and Watchman that bear the mark are better left in the scrap heap. Well, they're getting a damage increase to their respective repeating guns. The Overseer from 30 to 34, and the Watchman going from 76 to 84. Woo! That's a pretty hefty hike on that one. Might have to drag my Watchman out some more. You'll have to be the judge if this makes up for any of their failings. And that's it. Phase 4 doesn't seem to offer the same impact Phase 3 did. And that's probably a good thing. Phase 3 fixed a number of fundamental problems, and Phase 4 is just ironing out the wrinkles. We did get the Fury to play with, and the new missions as well as crew changes do add a layer of depth to the game without adding to the chaos mid-combat. Now, if only someone would give these guys an advertising budget. Oh, and before I forget, back when I first did a contest for Fractured Space, I drew up some winners, but not a single one of them got back to me. I announced them, messaged them, and generally did what I could. At this point, though, I'm ready to say that they've forfeited their codes, and I'm putting them back into the pot for another contest. To enter, I'm putting a link to the description, or go to this link. Contestants will be chosen November 3rd. The contest comes with a healthy dose of DNA, which should in theory convert to Elite XP, not to mention sexy black skins for a number of your ships. I'll include a link at the end of this video for details on what the Captain's Pack contains. And just for funsies, let me know in the comments section below what you'll be doing with an infusion with that much platinum and Elite XP. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, take care.